Welcome back to Travora. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that has people all over the world asking the same question: why is everyone suddenly obsessed with Malaysia? You might think it's about the beaches, the food, or maybe the skyscrapers in Kuala Lumpur. But there's a lot more going on. Right now, Malaysia is at the center of global attention for reasons that stretch across economics, tourism, politics, diplomacy, and even tech innovation. And the timing couldn't be more interesting, because what's happening in Malaysia today is setting the tone for Southeast Asia's future. Let's start with something that's gotten a lot of global notice: Malaysia's tourism explosion. In 2024 alone, Malaysia welcomed over 25 million international tourists. That's not just recovery after the pandemic, that's real growth. The country saw a 24% jump from the previous year, and the tourism sector earned more than 100 billion ringgit. That's roughly 14% of the entire national GDP. And in the first quarter of 2025, Malaysia beat out Thailand as the top tourism destination in Southeast Asia. Over 10 million tourists came to Malaysia between January and March. That's massive, and it's no accident. The government has been pushing tourism hard, everything from ecotourism and medical travel to cruise packages and cultural heritage trails. They're aiming for 47 million tourist arrivals by 2026, and the infrastructure to make it happen is already underway. But while tourists are flying in, so are the dollars, because Malaysia has also become one of the most attractive countries in the world for foreign investment. In the 2025 Baseline Profitability Index, Malaysia ranked third in the world, behind only India and Rwanda. That means investors see it as one of the best places to put their money, based on return and risk. The country is benefiting from renewed political stability, a strengthening currency, and a strategic location. And if you want proof that investors are serious, look no further than Johor. This southern Malaysian state, right across from Singapore, is now home to a new special economic zone, jointly developed with Singapore. The plan is to attract at least 50 major projects, create 20,000 jobs, and generate more than 100 billion ringgit per year in trade and activity by the end of this decade. And it's not just about factories or offices. Tech giants are making moves too. Companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, Micron, and ByteDance are investing in Malaysian data centers and chip production. Malaysia is fast becoming one of the hottest new hubs for semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and cloud infrastructure in Asia. Johor and Penang are leading this transformation, turning the country into a key player in the global tech supply chain. Malaysia is also growing its voice in global diplomacy. On January 1, 2025, Malaysia officially joined BRICS as a partner country. That move puts it in closer cooperation with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and reinforces its importance in emerging market trade. More recently, Malaysia has been at the forefront of ASEAN diplomacy. As of late July 2025, it's leading calls for a ceasefire in the escalating conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. The country has called for immediate talks and offered to mediate the situation. That's not just talk, it's Malaysia stepping into a regional leadership role that it has long aspired to. But not everything is smooth sailing. At home, Malaysia is facing major economic pressures. On July 9, Bank Negara, the central bank, cut its benchmark interest rate for the first time in over 2 years, bringing it down to 2.75%. That's a clear signal: the government wants to support growth and ease the pressure on households. Just a few weeks later, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim rolled out a new relief package. It includes cash handouts to low-income families, price controls on key goods, and a reduction in fuel prices. These moves are aimed at softening the blow of rising living costs. Inflation has been biting, especially for the middle class. But the public reaction wasn't entirely positive. On July 26, thousands of people took to the streets in protest, demanding Anwar's resignation. Critics say his administration hasn't done enough to fight corruption or deliver promised reforms. Even former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad voiced support for the protests. For Anwar, this marks one of the biggest political challenges of his term. At the same time, Malaysia is in tense trade negotiations with the United States. Washington is proposing a 25% tariff on some Malaysian exports. That would be a major blow to industries like electronics and palm oil. Malaysia's trade minister is trying to secure the lowest possible rate before the August 1st deadline, and these negotiations could shape the country's economic path for years to come. Environmental concerns are also back in the headlines. Just this month, haze from forest fires in Indonesia drifted into Malaysia's Negeri Sembilan, raising air quality alerts and public frustration. This isn't a new issue, but it's a reminder of the regional environmental problems that still need urgent attention. And then there's one story that touches the hearts of millions around the world: the missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. In a stunning development, the Malaysian government has agreed to restart the search 10 years after the plane disappeared. They've signed a deal with US-based Ocean Infinity for a new underwater search, with a payout of up to $70 million, but only if they find the wreckage. It's a no find, no fee agreement. This move has reignited interest in one of aviation's biggest mysteries, and people everywhere are watching closely. So yes, the world is obsessed with Malaysia right now. But it's not just about palm trees and food markets. It's about real momentum. This is a country that's reshaping its economy, attracting global capital, growing its diplomatic voice, and confronting serious internal challenges. It's on the radar of investors, world leaders, tourists, and analysts alike, and the story is still unfolding. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, informative, or just thought-provoking, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what angle of Malaysia's story you'd like us to explore next. Until then, stay curious and we'll see you in the next one.